Okay, the plan itself was extremely bold and created by a former partner at Deloitte, one of the top consulting organizations in the world. How did the fraud occur? That's what we're going to discuss here. Okay, a senior partner at the consulting firm Deloitte is accused of having perpetrated a multi-million-dollar fraud while employed there, one that involved AFL legend Rodney Eade, hundreds of executives, and several of the business's own partners. An ex-Deloitte lead partner with the last name of ENDOW, the perpetrated fraudster, has vanished, gone, left behind anxious investors who gave him millions of dollars. Now, in order to recover the funds he guaranteed would be safe, they've employed asset trackers to track him down. I mean, wow, there's a manhunt. This is like TV drama kind of stuff. Okay, so this guy was a 13-year firm veteran and is suspected of committing fraud that might amount to more than $60 million, according to some investors. Now, according to Deloitte, ENDOW resigned as a partner from the firm in January of 2021, and the firm is now looking into his behavior at his private firm, ENDOW Family Cap. Now, stop. Promise, illusion, and trust. These are the three components of a fraud. ENDOW Family Cap was the illusion part. Now, there has to be something that helps make this real in order for a fraud of this magnitude to work. Okay, so now back to the story. A representative for Deloitte stated that ENDOW Family Cap was administered by Mr. ENDOW in his personal capacity outside of Deloitte and was not sanctioned by Deloitte in any way. Well, of course they're going to say that. And it's likely true. But his position at Deloitte gave him credibility, which adds to the concept of trust. Okay? Now, any investments made by partners or staff of Deloitte shall be done so in their individual capacity and not on behalf of the firm. Deloitte does not authorize the kind of personal investments made by each partner, but our internal processes require that partners and employees report their investments for the purposes of complying with our independence standards. Okay, stop. Deloitte's statement is true. However, the question is, how did they enforce the policy? I mean, it's easy to require reporting, but how would an organization know that something is left out or off the report? Okay, again, back to the story. After 4 years at Deloitte, ENDOW decided to go on to a new consulting firm in April 2021, and he found a home at Sayers Group. After only 6 months, ENDOW left the company that had been founded by Luke Sayers, the president of the Carlton Football Club and a former partner at PwC. The bosses at Sayers Group were instantly alarmed by ENDOW's side gig. Sayers Group has begun an internal investigation into the allegations that Mr. ENDOW has been running a separate unauthorized business in addition to his regular duties at Sayers Group. A statement released by Sayers Group claimed that Mr. ENDOW had departed the company before the review was completed. If they lent ENDOW money to buy bonds from the Indian government, he'd give them back up to 40% in 6 months. Okay, stop. Big wow. Remember the three components of fraud: promise, illusion, and trust. 40%? Holy crap, that's a big old number. Most frauds like promise 12% or so, but 40? That's a number that's so big, it's unbelievable. Okay, come on. If you're an investor and someone promises that, 40%, like run, I mean, like a scalded dog. I mean, it doesn't pass the smell test, not by a little bit. But again, back to the story. According to reports, the bonds were issued as part of a massive ongoing government infrastructure effort to upgrade rural roads in India. In the materials he gave to backers, ENDOW claimed to be a contractor working on the project. Okay, stop. The materials he gave the investors That's part of the illusion. This is classic. The stuff that folks should study if you want to peel back the onion on white-collar crime or fraud. I mean, how could you determine whether that is true or not when you're talking about rural roads in India? Okay. Deloitte is one of the largest accounting, auditing, and consulting businesses in the world. One of its primary services is helping its clients identify instances of fraud and wrongdoing within their own organizations or those of the government. In order to prevent any conflicts of interest and the damage to Deloitte's reputation, workers are required to disclose any investments or commercial interests they may have. I guess ENDOW missed that memo. Two investors informed this masthead they had invested because of advice offered by a Deloitte partner. And while it's unclear if the partners who participated in ENDOW's suspected scheme sought authorization to do so, or to what degree any pushed the program to others outside the businesses, well, I don't know. Now, there's no evidence to show that any Deloitte-affiliated investors were aware that ENDOW was a fraud or was suspected of fraud or committed any criminal acts themselves. So, at the pros and the cons, we openly study fraud, why it happens, how it happens, and what to look for to prevent it. I'm Chuck Gallagher. And if you'd like to know more about our education and training programs, give us a call at 276-663-7283 or 276-NO-FRAUD. We'd love to talk.